Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right with your diet, choosing all the healthy options, but your blood sugar numbers just aren't cooperating? Or maybe you've been told certain foods are great for you, only to find they cause a major spike. If so, you're not alone. Today we're diving deep into a topic that affects millions. It's a common misconception that all healthy foods are automatically good for everyone, especially when you're managing diabetes. The truth is, some foods, often hailed as superfoods, can actually be problematic if consumed in the wrong way or in the wrong amounts for someone with diabetes. Our goal today is to clear up some confusion, bust some myths, and empower you with the knowledge to make truly informed choices for your health. I'm here as your professional guide, and we're going to keep things simple, actionable, and easy to understand. Before we jump in, let's quickly touch on what we mean by diabetes for anyone new here. Diabetes is a chronic condition where your body either doesn't produce enough insulin or it can't effectively use the insulin it does produce. Insulin is a hormone that helps glucose, that's sugar, from food get into your cells to be used for energy. When this system isn't working right, glucose builds up in your bloodstream, leading to high blood sugar levels, which can cause a host of health problems over time. Now, let's get into those healthy foods that might be secretly sabotaging your blood sugar. Mythbuster. Number 1. The healthy fruit trap. Fruit. It's nature's candy, packed with vitamins, minerals and fiber. We're constantly told to eat more fruit, and for good reason. However, when you have diabetes, not all fruits are created equal, and portion sizes become incredibly important. The natural sugars in fruit are called fructose, glucose, and sucrose. While fruit also contains fiber, which can help slow down sugar absorption, some fruits have a much higher sugar content than others. Eating too much of these can still lead to a significant blood sugar spike. Here are some common fruit pitfalls. Tropical fruits. Think mangoes, pineapples, and bananas. While delicious, they are typically higher in sugar and lower in fiber compared to berries or apples. A whole large banana, for instance, can contain as much sugar as a small candy bar. Fruit juice. This is a big one. Even 100% fruit juice without added sugar is essentially fruit sugar without the beneficial fiber. When you juice a fruit, you strip away most of the fiber, meaning the sugars hit your bloodstream much faster, causing a rapid rise in blood glucose. Dried fruit. Raisins, dates, dried cranberries. They seem so innocent, right? But dried fruit is simply concentrated sugar. A small handful of raisins can have the same amount of sugar as a much larger portion of fresh grapes, because all the water has been removed. What to do instead? Focus on berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries are excellent choices. They are lower in sugar and higher in fiber and antioxidants. Pair with protein and fat. If you're going to have a higher sugar fruit, pair it with some protein or healthy fat, like a handful of nuts, a dollop of Greek yogurt, or a slice of avocado. This helps slow down sugar absorption. Portion control. Even with lower sugar fruits, portion size is key. Stick to a small apple, a handful of berries, or half a cup of melon. Always check your blood sugar after trying new fruits to see how your body responds. Myth. Buster number 2. The whole grain conundrum. Eat whole grains. This has been the health mantra for decades, and generally it's great advice. Whole grains contain fiber, vitamins, and minerals, and are definitely better than refined grains like white bread or white rice. However, Here's where it gets tricky for people with diabetes. Many whole grain products, even those that seem healthy, can still have a significant impact on blood sugar. The term whole grain is often misleading. Whole wheat doesn't always mean low carb. Many whole wheat breads are still very high in carbohydrates. Some processed whole grain products also contain added sugars, even if they aren't obvious. Always read the nutrition label carefully, especially the total carbohydrate count and added sugars. Oatmeal. Overload. Oatmeal is often praised for its fiber content, specifically soluble fiber, which can help lower cholesterol. But instant oatmeal, or even large servings of regular oatmeal, can be a major carb bomb. Without enough protein or fat to balance it, you could see a significant sugar spike. Brown rice versus white rice. A nuance. While brown rice is definitely healthier than white rice due to its fiber content, it's still primarily a carbohydrate. For some people with diabetes, even brown rice can cause significant blood sugar elevation, especially in larger portions. What to do instead? Choose truly whole, intact grains. Opt for less processed grains like quinoa, steel-cut oats, in moderation, barley, and farro. These tend to have a lower glycemic index, meaning they cause a slower rise in blood sugar. Prioritize fiber-rich vegetables. Instead of always reaching for a grain, consider filling your plate with non-starchy vegetables first. Portion size is paramount. Even with healthier whole grains, portion control is crucial. A serving might be a quarter to half a cup cooked, not a heaping bowl. Pair grains wisely. Like fruit, pair grains with plenty of protein and healthy fats to blunt the blood sugar response. Add nuts, seeds, lean protein, or healthy oils. Mythbuster. Number 3. The sweet potato versus white potato debate. For years, sweet potatoes have been lauded as the healthier alternative to white potatoes, especially for people with diabetes. They're packed with vitamin A and fiber, and they have a beautiful colour. But is the difference as significant as we've been led to believe for blood sugar management? Glycemic index nuances. While sweet potatoes generally have a slightly lower glycemic index, GI, than white potatoes, meaning they can cause a slower rise in blood sugar, the difference isn't always huge, especially depending on how they're prepared. Boiling a sweet potato might yield a different GI response than baking or frying it. Portion size still reigns supreme. Regardless of whether it's a white or sweet potato, a large serving of either will deliver a significant amount of carbohydrates, which will impact your blood sugar. What to do instead? Focus on preparation. Boiling or steaming potatoes often results in a lower GI compared to baking or roasting, which can increase their sugar availability. Allowing potatoes to cool can also change their starch structure, making them slightly less impactful on blood sugar for some people. Smaller portions. Treat both sweet and white potatoes as a carb source that needs to be portion controlled. Consider alternatives. If potatoes consistently spike your blood sugar, explore other root vegetables like jicama, radishes, or even turnip fries for lower carb alternatives. Mythbuster. Number 4. Low fat versus healthy fats. Back in the day, low fat was synonymous with healthy. Every diet trend pushed for low-fat versions of everything. The problem? When fat is removed from food, something usually has to be added back in to make it taste good, and that something is often sugar or highly refined carbohydrates. Hidden sugars in low-fat products. Many low-fat yogurts, salad dressings, and processed snacks are loaded with added sugars to compensate for the flavor lost by removing fat. These added sugars are a direct assault on blood sugar control. The importance of healthy fats. Healthy fats, like those found in avocados, olive oil, nuts, seeds and fatty fish, are not only crucial for overall health, but also play a vital role in blood sugar management. They slow down digestion, which in turn slows down the absorption of glucose into your bloodstream. This helps to flatten out blood sugar spikes. What to do instead? Embrace healthy fats. Don't be afraid of healthy fats. Incorporate sources like avocado, extra virgin olive oil, nuts, almonds, walnuts, pecans, seeds, chia, flax, pumpkin, and fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, into your diet. Read labels carefully. Always check for added sugars on food labels, especially on products marketed as low-fat or diet. Choose full-fat, unsweetened options. Opt for plain, full-fat Greek yogurt and add your own berries and nuts, rather than flavoured low-fat versions. Make your own salad dressings with olive oil and vinegar. Mythbuster number 5. The natural sweetener. Illusion. It's natural, so it must be good for me, right? This is a common line of thinking when it comes to sweeteners like honey, maple syrup, agave nectar and coconut sugar. While these might have a slightly different nutrient profile than plain table sugar, for someone managing diabetes, they are still fundamentally sugar. Sugar is sugar. Whether it comes from a cane field or a beehive, sugar in any form will impact your blood sugar. Honey and maple syrup, for example, are still primarily glucose and fructose. Agave nectar, often marketed as a healthy alternative, is actually very high in fructose, which can be particularly problematic for liver health and insulin sensitivity in large amounts. Calorie and carb contribution. These natural sweeteners still contribute calories and carbohydrates, which need to be accounted for in your meal plan. What to do instead? Minimize all added sugars. The best approach is to minimize all added sugars, natural or artificial. Use in moderation, if at all. If you choose to use these, do so in very small quantities and factor them into your overall carbohydrate count for the meal. Explore non-caloric sweeteners with caution. For some, non-caloric sweeteners like stevia, erythritol, or monk fruit extract can be an option if you need to sweeten something. However, even these should be used in moderation, and some people find they can still affect gut health or cravings. The best bet is to train your palate to enjoy foods with less sweetness. General principles for diabetes diet success. So, what's the takeaway from all this myth-busting? It's not about fearing food, but about understanding how different foods interact with your body, especially when managing diabetes. Here are some overarching principles to keep in mind. Individual response is key. Everyone's body responds differently to foods. What causes a spike for one person might be fine for another. The best way to know is to test your blood sugar before and 2 hours after eating new or questionable foods. This is your personal diabetes data. Read food labels religiously. Don't just look at the front of the package, turn it around and look at the nutrition facts panel. Pay attention to total carbohydrates. This is your most important number. Fiber. Higher fiber generally means slower sugar absorption. Added sugars. This tells you how much sugar has been put into the food. Serving size. This is crucial. All the numbers on the label relate to this specific serving size. Prioritize whole, unprocessed foods. Focus on eating foods in their most natural state. Lean proteins, non-starchy vegetables, healthy fats, and small portions of whole, intact grains. Pair your carbs. Always try to combine carbohydrates with protein and healthy fats. This slows down digestion and helps prevent rapid blood sugar spikes. Fiber is your friend. Load up on non-starchy vegetables like leafy greens, broccoli, cauliflower, bell peppers, and green beans. Their high fiber content is fantastic for blood sugar control. Hydration matters. Drink plenty of water. It's essential for overall health and can help your kidneys flush out excess sugar. Portion control. Even the healthiest foods can impact blood sugar if eaten in excess. Consult a professional. While this video provides general information, always work with your doctor, a registered dietitian, or a certified diabetes educator to create a personalized meal plan that's right for you. They can help you navigate these complexities and ensure your diet supports your unique health needs. I hope this deep dive into diabetes diet myths has been helpful and empowering for you. It's truly about busting through the noise and understanding how to truly nourish your body to manage your blood sugar effectively. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more evidence-based health information. We're always here to help you on your health journey. And speaking of journeys, be sure to check out our other videos. Finally, we'd love to hear from you. Do you have any healthy foods that surprised you with their blood sugar impact? Or perhaps you have some fantastic tips for navigating these dietary challenges. Share your insights and experiences in the comments below to help out our wonderful community. Your wisdom is invaluable. Thanks for watching. And remember, knowledge is power when it comes to managing your diabetes. See you in the next video.